with the sunrise burning into your...
It's about the kind of the deadly game of love. That's what Bloodsports is for me. It's kind of you know, I like the phrase because it has a duality about it. It has a contradiction. You know, the sport and the blood seem almost like contradictory, but they're kind of joined together. And you know, being in love and having a relationship has got that sense, that sort of duality to it, where it's this sort of like a kind of pain, a sort of joyful battle almost.
I don't think so. I mean, the fact that we're here, I think, is testament to the fact that it's not particularly based in one place. You know what I mean? It was one of the great, still is one of the great pleasures of being in a band, is coming to a place that isn't London, that isn't Britain, that places that don't speak the same language as you, and they totally get the music. It's kind of the point of doing music, isn't it? It's that it communicates with people who aren't just your friends and just the people around you. So I don't think we're particularly a London band. I think, like Brett said before, we've always been a band that sings about our lives rather than about some kind of theoretical construct. But I think people just understand that as singing about their lives. And that first rehearsal was just like stepping back in time, wasn't it?
Mm.
It's writing the records, you know, kind of writing again, that was much harder.
Writing those parts and writing the things, and so making Bloodsports was hard, and there were lots of uncomfortable moments, lots of moments where we were kind of clashing. I think you need to clash a bit. I think if you don't clash, there's sort of maybe there's something missing. You need to be searching your soul, and it needs to matter to you enough to kind of like care about it.
The whole idea behind the sleeve was that it had that same kind of duality and kind of confusion that the album has. You know what I mean? It's what, for me, it's what music's supposed to do. You know, it's supposed to have all these competing feelings and ideas in it in a way that you can't do with any other art form. And if the sleeve's confusing, then good. It's kind of supposed to be.
The point of art isn't to answer that. That's the point of journalism.
If you could answer that, then you wouldn't need art.
You know, people need to know what's this about. Let's put it in this little box and categorise it and put a label on it. And the point is, it's not. It doesn't go in a box.
I don't think so. No, just because I don't think we've ever had. It was weirdly positive. Usually we're more divisive than that. And I think generally the reason was that the bands that reform generally make awful records. You know, it's almost like a rule of thumb. You know, if people get back together, I think because lots of bands get back together for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? They get back together for money, so they kind of like, you know, do a record really quickly and just try and sell it to the people who liked them 20 years ago. But I think in general, the reason the reaction was so good is I think people expected it to be awful, and it was really good. And I like the idea that I think we almost kind of raised the bar for bands who reform now. It's like, I mean, you don't have to produce something that's a shadow of your former self. You can do something as good as you've done before. It's quite a lot of hard work.
So I signed my will.